To the west, just general unsettledness actually out here. You see on the water vapor a lot of white. That's where we've got some moisture. Happens to pair up with where we got some clouds as well. Nothing real tremendous. It's not like we have a big atmospheric river coming in right now or anything, but we do have some moisture out there, and we're seeing some showers of the rain variety south of the Bay Area, Northern California getting that. That's underneath the upper level energy portion of the storm. Then you see here from the Central Sierra southbound, we do have snow, certainly at elevation. It is a significant dumping snow out there, and then a few rain showers south of there. Winter storm warnings are up around the Lake Tahoe area, and as you go up in elevation, Donner Pass, very difficult travel right now with that snow and the snowfall rates most intense, and then everything kind of spreading in across the interior over the next really 1 to 2 days. So today we've got the rain showers around I talked about. There'll be some rain too that could be quite heavy leading up into the mountains before you transition to snow. That'll be some of the heavier rain areas that we see. And then the moisture spreads over parts of Utah into Wyoming. We'll see some snow into the Colorado Rockies too. Steamboat will get more snow out of this one. That's on Tuesday, before you probably saw on the map that there's another system coming in to the Pacific Northwest. Now, snowfall still to come. Most spots, it's a couple of inches, right? But the highest spots in the Sierra, we could still pick up another 1.5 feet, maybe even a few 2 feet of snow. But again, really high up, not even, I think beyond where the pass levels are. And then we also have some snow up there in the Tetons, maybe up over 8 to 12 inches of snow for you. For Portland, Oregon, we get a few showers, rain showers out there today and tonight. Maybe even a few snow showers, but probably not accumulation of snow across this area. But this whole western system, Alex, is what causes our next...
The West Coast picking up on some storminess there.
Yeah, and you were just showing Boston. It's a big place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So is Reno, Nevada, I'm learning. I'm not sure why. I've got to dig into that, but I just saw a list of top places in Reno where you might get a few rain showers. Snow, if you're on I-80, you're dealing with snow here coming over Donner Pass, and some of that snow is pretty heavy. Chains are required unless you have traction tires or snow tires. All right, here, rain showers in San Francisco Bay Area. Not a lot, but there's a few north of town right now, up into wine country, Sonoma, Napa, getting a few rain showers out there for anyone taking tours today. We also have some snow into southern Idaho. That's going to be moving into Wyoming. Get ready, winter storm warning up there. So Jackson, snow coming in. Ski resorts are loving this spring snow, right? You know, March is one of our snowiest months, if not the snowiest month, for a lot of our mountain locations. So we'll get snow into the Wasatch in Utah, into Colorado Rockies too. The winter storm warning in place here across the Sierra. And this is, I guess you would consider this a miracle March. We've really been adding up the snow here, which is great for the snowpack, that being the water resource getting into the summer months, right? We'll get a little more actually today and tonight. Then we see everything kind of spreading over into the interior with a little snow into some of the mountains of Nevada, snow into the mountains around Salt Lake City, but probably just rain for Salt Lake City itself, and snow from Wyoming into Colorado, mainly in mountain locations. Denver, it'll be, I think, really windy today, and it can't rule out seeing a snowflake, but you're probably not going to get much accumulation there. All right, so how much rain? Well, most areas not that much, except for leading up into the mountain towns here of the Sierra. That's where we get some of the bigger rain totals, and that's where we pick up some of the biggest snow totals as well.
Well forecasted, right? This thing, we were talking about this almost a week in advance about how the setup was there for some of these big and nasty storms, and unfortunately it really did play out that way.
I think it's, you know, human nature to think, well, it's not going to be that bad for me, because most times it's not, but when it is, it is, you know.
9 times out of 10 you're fine, but it's not 1 out of 10. And you can see it was an extremely busy time. Again, talking about going back to last Friday through the weekend, over 600 severe thunderstorm warnings that were issued by the National Weather Service offices, and over 300 tornado warnings. Extremely, extremely busy.
It started on Friday, as you saw there in Missouri, continued overnight Friday night, and then into Saturday. Friday night was really busy in southeastern Missouri and northeastern Arkansas. And we want to take you into some video from let's go back to the map real quick and talk about where else then. You know, we had thunderstorms all night long, Friday night into Saturday. But Saturday, starting early in the day, there were warnings continuing right through the entire day. So midday, we're going to take you down into Louisiana and Mississippi, where we saw numerous tornado warnings, including in Walthall County, Mississippi, which actually within about 40 minutes we saw 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, it was wild to see it, right? Tracking the storms, one came through and then was like, wait a minute, didn't we just talk about this town under the same warnings? And unfortunately, they got hit about twice in those areas. I think we had some of the video coming in out of that general area in Walthall County of Mississippi, including around Tylertown. And there you can see, look at the trees stripped. I mean, basically almost like cut off. Looks like a home there that clearly was sustained a lot of damage as well. Just amazing to see what Mother Nature and the power that it has.
The National Weather Service has been out surveying this area, and again, 2 tornadoes came through here. One so far rated an EF3, one rated an EF2, but they're still doing the surveys, so that is subject to change. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Everything's preliminary at this point. They'll be out there doing these surveys. It maybe take several days, maybe a week or so, if not even more than that. But again, the damage fairly extensive in some of these areas. The path of these things. Look at that home over there.
You saw on the ground too. I mean, so one thing, so the way tornadoes are rated is based on the damage that they cause. And if they don't hit anything, other clues that the surveyors will look at is what happened to the foliage, what happened to the trees and the bark, what happened to the ground.
All that stuff goes into it and eventually gets the rating. Well, no matter where you are, get the Weather Channel, get the TWC streaming.
Watching the snow really come down across the Sierra right now. The I-80 corridor is just getting dumped on with snowfall. Here's a look at the whole pattern in the west. There's no big atmospheric river, but we do have the moisture streaming in here. This is not intense, but we've got some clouds and we've got some moisture coming in across parts of Southern California. The low pressure itself is now dropping some showers over here over parts of Central California, including around the Bay Area, mainly north of there right now. And there'll be a few more before the day is done. We do have that snow coming down in the Sierra, and it's been adding up. Winter storm warning there. Just saw some of the updates, like around Kingvale. You picked up 9 inches of snow already from this part of the storm. And let's see, just north of there, or just, I guess I should say east of there, picked up about 1 foot of snow. So we are in it, and we are still in it through this evening with snowflakes flying around. But then we transition the moisture over into the interior, into parts of Utah, into Colorado, into Wyoming. Ski resorts especially will be picking up snow, but even watching for some mountain travel and roads being affected by that. Rainfall, mostly it's up to 1 inch, but some spots just leading up into the Sierra could get 1 to 2 inches of rain. Those mountain towns this time of year, you're always concerned when you do that, because that rain falls into the snowpack and can help really melt the snow pretty quickly. That goes into streams, etc., and that can cause flooding. So heads up there, keeping an eye on that. Also, the snow, we've got probably at least another several inches on the I-80 corridor, if not more than that, higher up to go. We have a few showers in the Pacific Northwest. Again, remember that low pressure that's hanging off just off the coast. As it makes its transition in, we just stay in the showery regime into tomorrow, and we are going to keep some rain showers around Portland. Don't be surprised if you see a snow shower. I would be surprised if you got much accumulation. And that's the same thing around Seattle. Mostly just rain showers here. We'll get that through tonight into tomorrow as well. But there will be some snow up into the mountains. Be careful traveling at pass level here on Snoqualmie Pass. Now, the systems in the west transition east, Alex, and become our next weather maker in the Midwest. Wear green when you're a meteorologist.
I don't think I own anything green. At least dressy.
There's a tiny little green.
See, if you have to squint to see the green,
somehow I don't key out at the weather wall. All right, we'll be right back.